going to be talking about a brand new brush collection that Real Techniques has just recently launched. It's been available in the UK for probably a few months now, but it's been probably just 2 or 3 weeks since they launched it on the Real Techniques website, available in the US. So I got, I think, the whole collection. No, I did not get the kabuki brush, but I got everything else. And I'm just gonna go over that real quick. I'm gonna insert a couple of demos of me using the brushes and then give you my final thoughts. Like I said, I think they are only available right now on the Real Techniques website. I have not seen them at Ulta yet, but I'm sure it probably won't be long before they actually get there. Sorry if you hear a little bit of distraction back there. My youngest is playing and we're trying to be quiet. But this, it's got the pink and purple in the back, nice sturdy plastic packaging, true Real Techniques fashion. So the first brush that I got is the Point Large. Now they all have this very skinny handle, and then it tapers in right here. The ferrule is a little bit wider, and then it comes out to the widest part, which is the actual brush head. They all have like a point in the middle, and they are black and white brush hairs. So the Point Large is supposed to be for focused face application and blending of blushes, BB creams, highlighters, and more. So, you know, they say BB creams. I've seen them use it on their Real Techniques YouTube channel for actual foundation. So I'm assuming BB cream and foundation is pretty interchangeable, but it is a good size for that. I don't prefer brushes that are this loose for foundations or BB creams, but I do think it's a good size for blush and even highlighter. I know I've seen them put it on just like that, but you could also taper it for highlighter if you wanted a more precise application. But it is very soft and it is very versatile, because I do believe that it would work for at least all 3 of those things, if not more. And this one retails for $14. So again, that's the Point L for Point Large. The next one we have is the Point Extra Large. So it's basically just the daddy version of the one I just talked about. So you can see it may be almost twice as big. It's the same height, so maybe a little bit higher, but the handles and the ferrules are the same. This one claims that it's best for powder application and buffing, bronzing, baking, and more. I don't bake. I would assume they're talking about maybe right down here. This is way too large to bake under your eyes. I would not recommend that, but it does have a nice point and taper to where it would go down under your contour line perfectly. And I use this for powder and bronzer, and I like it for both. It's a little, I would recommend using this on bronzers that may not have as much pigmentation as maybe other ones. For example, some of mine, like the Hourglass bronzer, I use something that's very, very, very loose in its bristles and not near as dense. Even though this is fluffy, it is a little bit more dense than I like to use in a fully pigmented bronzer. So some of my other ones, like my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer or something like that, works great with this. I really like it for powder. It's super soft and it presses into the skin very easily, but then it also buffs wonderfully. So this could be something that you use the Hourglass or any loose powder that you may buff your entire face up for. It would work great. Like I said, can't really recommend it for baking, but for powder and bronzing, I think it's a great all-in-one versatile brush. And the extra large retails for $16, so it's just $2 more than this. The next thing I got is the small point set. Now, it came with 4 brushes, which I'm going to go over. And these are the 4 brushes right here. And it also came with a very nice, very sturdy holder. So, I mean, I really appreciated that, considering this is $28, so you get 4 brushes and a holder. I don't think that's unheard of by any means. I think it's pretty on point with most of Real Techniques prices. So again, there are 4 in this collection, and they are the small, extra small, extra, extra small, and extra, extra, extra small brushes. How many more extras we can get? On the back of the box, they show you details on what they can be used for, and it's pretty self-explanatory once you see it. It comes in various sizes. This is the biggest over here, and it goes down to the very smallest right here. The Point Small right here is probably my favorite brush out of the entire collection. This is amazing to set your primer with. It's amazing to do an all-over wash of color on the lid. It doesn't go too far up into the crease to where you can't do that unless you have really small eyelids. It's really nice if you just want to do a buff in a crease color and call it a day. If you're really busy and just want to use your bronzer as your crease color, this is great to do that because it does have that point and it will get into your crease. And it's also really good if you wanted to use it with creams for like placing down your contour and maybe even nose contour, which again, I'm not really big on doing myself, and I only use powders on clients, but I know a lot of people do like to use cream, so this would be great for that. And also, finally, it would be wonderful for highlight. Really multi-purpose, and I think that's why it's my favorite brush, but honestly, I can't get over how much I love it for the eyes, just for that all-over wash of color and to set your primer. It's hands down amazing for that. The next smallest one is the extra small point, and they say color correcting, concealing, crease, shadow, and more. This would be great for concealer. I really love using more fluffy / dense brushes like this to use for concealer and correcting, and I did use it for a crease color in my demo, and I really liked it for that too. I think that it's more beneficial, I believe, for underneath the eyes because goodness knows we all have 18 crease brushes, but I don't think that you're going to be able to find something exactly like this for under your eyes. The next one is the extra small. This is for detailed highlighting. I'm reading this. Shadow, lip blending, and more. It's perfect for highlighting in your inner corner, on your brow bone. It's also really good for outer corner work. I believe that's how I did it in the demo. It's so small and precise that you can easily place the shadow, but then also blend it out because it is a little bit fluffier. I mean, it's pretty dense, but you can still blend out outer corner work with it. And then they say lip blending, which I'm sure it'd be great for. I don't know. I like a more really detailed brush for that, but you could use it for that. And then finally, the extra small, which is basically their pencil brush. They also say that this would be great for lip detailing also. Again, not my first choice, but it is great for lower lash line work, if you want to smoke out your liner, if you want to get really detailed on that highliner. And they also say it could fill in brows. If you have the really nice, large, natural, fluffy brows, I imagine that that would work great for it. Just have to keep in mind, because this is a little bit more dense and not as fluffy, if you do use it under the lash line, it is going to deposit a lot more color and a lot darker than you may be used to. For example, my Morphe M507 is so fluffy and kind of bendable and movable that it kind of smudges it out as I apply it, where this is going to actually just put the precise line down. And then if you want to smudge it, you might want to go in with either the next biggest brush or something a little fluffier. And then finally, they said that the first 100 customers that purchased these brushes from their site would also get a free multi-tech sponge. And apparently I was one of those because I did receive that. Again, it comes with this cute little holder. I so appreciate these holders. I have another one from Real Techniques that I use for my regular everyday beauty blender. I used this. This is it right here. It kind of looks like the brush heads, which I'm assuming is their goal. But if you put them up next to each other, you can see they're wide at the bottom and then they come up to that point. So it still mimics the whole aesthetic of the line. Not my favorite. This says for an airbrush detail and blend. Maybe an airbrush blend. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't the best. It's a little denser than I like, even once water is applied. But the point, it says point for detail, that it's such a fine point that so quickly gets larger as it goes down that it is almost impossible to get it under your eye without also getting right down here too. So I don't know. It's just, I had to really squeeze it to get under my eye. It was fine to go on this side for like foundation and stuff. It wasn't my favorite. And I'm kind of glad I got it for free and didn't purchase it because I don't know. I mean, it's only $8. I don't think it comes with, well, let me see. Maybe it does come with this, every one you get. I'm not sure, but this alone is worth $8. I'm just not crazy about the sponge. So I just wanted to really quickly show you these new brushes because I think they're kind of, I mean, they're fun to look at. They're a little bit innovative. They're nice. They're affordable. I love Real Techniques. I always have. I use them personally. I stock a ton of them in my kit. So I wanted to bring that to you and give you my thoughts on that. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you all have a very blessed day.